Alright, I'm going to string together a series of videos to prove that America is indeed the daughter of Babylon mentioned in Scripture. You can read about the daughter of Babylon in Psalms 137, Isaiah 47, Jeremiah chapter 49, 50, and 51. There's also mention of the daughter of Babylon in Zechariah chapter 2. So, in this video, I'm just going to go over Psalms, Obadiah, and Isaiah chapter 47. Alright, so gonna skip down to verses 7 and 8 of Psalms 137. And this is what it says. Remember, O Lord, against the Edomites. For those of you that don't know, the Edomites are descendants of Jacob's older brother, Esau. They're called Edomites. And they said in the day of Jerusalem's fall, down, down to the ground with her. Verse 8, check it out. Here's the connection between the people of Edom and the daughter of Babylon. Verse 8 says, O daughter of Babylon, see that? You devastator, you who ought to be and shall be destroyed, not maybe, will be destroyed. Happy and blessed shall he be who repays you as you have served us. So there it is. Without any doubt, the Edomites are one and the same with the daughter of Babylon. And for those of you wondering who these people are in the world today, well, I made a bunch of videos on Esau and his descendants, but for those that haven't been watching my videos and keeping up with what I've been posting and uploading, I'm going to go back to Obadiah. It's only one chapter, but nearly the entire chapter is dedicated to the people of Edom, the judgment that would befall the people of Edom in the latter days, the time we are living in now. Okay, this is Obadiah, King James Version. I'm going to scroll down to verse 4. Okay, but let me read verse 1 so I can set the premise. Okay, this is a vision of Obadiah, the prophet. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. Verse 4, it lets you know who these people are in the world today. If you have discernment, eyes to see and ears to hear. This is what verse 4 says. Though they exalt themselves as the eagle, what nation in the world today uses the eagle as their national symbol, as their national emblem for in nearly every facet of their government? It's in their money, their dollar. I mean, their logo is everywhere, or nearly everywhere. The post office symbol is an eagle. I mean, you get what I'm saying, right? And it says that they set their nest amongst the stars. Who sends rockets and satellites into outer space, or sets their nest amongst the stars, so to speak, as it says here? Anything? Any clues, ideas? Yeah, you get where I'm going with this, right? It says that from there will the Lord bring them down. So these people use the eagle as their national symbol, literally, in nearly every facet of their government. And they send rockets and satellites into outer space. This is what it means here. It's a metaphor. They set their nest amongst the stars. And look at verse 3. These people are very prideful, as it says here. The pride of their heart has deceived them. Which reminds me of the national anthem of this nation, remember? What so proudly we hail. Remember? Star Spangled Banner. So yeah, you could pretty much connect the dots and figure out who these people are. So it's not that hard. I made a bunch of videos on this. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Alright, so going back to the Amplified Version. The reason I use the King James Version for Obadiah is because I feel that verse captures who these people are better than any version. Isaiah chapter 47. It's an entire chapter dedicated to the daughter of Babylon, whom we just read are tied to the people of Edom. Okay, this is Isaiah 47 and verse 1, and right off the bat it lets you know who is this talking about? Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. O daughter of the Chaldeans. So these people are also associated with the Chaldeans, an offshoot of the Chaldeans, hence the reference daughter of the Chaldeans. So they're one and the same, Edom and the Chaldeans, and the virgin daughter of Babylon, which is being sarcastic, of course, and referencing the daughter of Babylon being a virgin, because we know that she is a whore, actually. Daughter of Babylon. Okay, this whole chapter, I'm going to go over a few verses, just the verses that reference the judgment that's going to take place in this country of the United States. Look at verse 3. Look at what it says. It says, your nakedness shall be exposed, and your shame shall be seen. And they're being exposed now. I will take vengeance, and I will spare no man. None I encounter will be able to resist me. Thus saith the Lord. So, again, a reminder, you got to get up out of here. I'm talking to the saints here. Verse 5, sit in silence and go into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for you shall no more be called the lady and mistress of kingdoms. This great nation is crumbling as I speak, so yeah. Look at verse 6. Verse 6 says, I was angry with my people. I profaned my inheritance, Judah, and I gave them into your hand, Babylon. So it was the Lord who handed over Israel to their older sibling, the Edomites, the people of Esau. But it says here that they showed them no mercy. Remember, Esau always had this bitter hatred towards Jacob for inheriting the blessing that was originally going to go to him. Upon the old people, the elders, he made their yoke very heavy. So these people were oppressing even the elderly. So it was the Lord that used the Edomites to execute judgment on Jacob's descendants, but they went overboard. They showed no mercy. And they were even taking it a step too far and just mistreating the elderly folks. So you're going to have to reap what they sow. Verse 7 says, and you said, I shall be the mistress forever. So you did not lay these things to heart, nor did you seriously remember the certain ultimate end of such conduct. So in other words, these people did not consider the consequences of their actions. And you can see here by this reference that I'm highlighting that these people are very proud. And we just read in Obadiah that they are. So, I mean, connect the dots. It's not hard to tell who these people are today. They call themselves Americans. Okay, so, yeah. Verse 8. Therefore, now hear this, you who love pleasures and are given over to them, you who dwell safely and sit securely, who say in their mind, I am the mistress, and there is none else besides me, or no one else besides me. So these are very proud and haughty people. And we just read again in Obadiah that they are. I shall not sit as a widow, nor shall I know the loss of children, says this nation of Edom, daughter of Babylon, whom this whole chapter is dedicated to. Isaiah chapter 47. So yeah. Verse 9. But these two things shall come to you in a moment, says the Lord, and one day loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon you in full measure, in spite of the multitude of your claims to power given to you by the assistance of evil spirits. So this is how this nation rose to power, through the assistance of evil spirits, sorcery, in spite of the great abundance of your enchantments. See that? So remember, Esau sold his birthright. So what other way would they rise to power? By selling out, right? They sold out to the devil and he gave them their power. And they became part of the beast system. Part of the statue that is mentioned in Daniel, that Nebuchadnezzar statue. They are the legs of iron, the Roman Edomites. So yeah, they sold out. And that's how they got their power, by the assistance of evil spirits. Enchantments, sorcery. Verse 10, For you, Babylon, have trusted in your wickedness. You have said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and your knowledge led you astray. Remember, Esau was a cunning hunter, so his people inherited a fair amount of wisdom and knowledge. But it's been corrupted. So it led them astray, as it says here, and they say in their heart and mind, we are and there is no other besides us. Or maybe that's how they feel in their hearts, I don't know. But they're very proud people, as we read in Obadiah. And it's even in their national anthem. Verse 11, Therefore shall evil come upon you. You shall not know the dawning of it, or how to charm it away. And a disaster and evil shall fall upon you, that you shall not be able to atone for with all your offerings to your gods. Not even their fallen gods could save this nation. All their sorceries, all their assistance by evil spirits, fallen archons, whatever. They will not be able to help this nation when the Lord brings the severe judgment that he's been holding back for many decades now. And desolation shall come upon this nation suddenly, about which they, the people of Edom, shall know nothing or how to avert it. Verse 12, Persist then with your enchantments and the multitude of your sorceries, Babylon, in which you have labored from your youth, and see if perhaps you will be able to profit, if you will prevail and strike terror. So at a very early age, this nation was involved with sorceries. And I know a lot of people, especially those Americans, that think that this nation was founded on Christian principles. I mean, the nation that you know today, was never founded on Christian principles. Never. Before these Europeans came to this nation, yes, it once was inhabited by Jacob's people, but the whole United States of America Constitution, all that bravado, that's garbage. That, as it says here, it's from the youth. This nation was never founded on Christian principles. That was just a front. So no, don't let that deceive you. You know, you got a lot of patriotic Christians trying to uphold the Constitution more than the commandments of the Lord. I think that's ridiculous. It lets you know right away who these people are, whether they know it or not, whose descendants they are. You know, it doesn't mean they can't be saved. As I said in my last video, Job was an Edomite, but that's for another video. So yeah, not everyone, you know, is evil. I believe that every evil group has their few righteous people that the Lord pulls out. Some, but most of them are just pagans, heathen. So he's a perfect example of the early fruits of the salvation that will come to the Gentiles. But for the most part, the nation is corrupt. So, yeah, it says here that Babylon labored from youth. The whole nation's corrupt. Founding fathers, my butt. Verse 13, you are wearied with your many counsels and plans. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, NASA, other scientists, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and make known to you and save you from the things that shall come upon you, Babylon. So they're constantly watching when is this going to take place. So they know what's up. Verse 14, behold, they are like stubble. The fire consumes them. They cannot even deliver themselves from the power of the flame, much less deliver the nation. See that? So the daughter of Babylon clearly is being referenced as a nation here. See that? So all their scientists, astrologers, stargazers, NASA, they can't even deliver them from the power of the Lord, much less deliver this crumbling nation. There is no coal for warming or fire before which to sit. Okay, last verse. Verse 15 says, such to you shall they, the astrologers and their kind, be, those with whom you have labored, and such their fate, those who have done business with you from your youth. They will wander everyone to his own quarter and in his own direction. No one will save you. So this nation likes to rely heavily on NASA, all their little space programs that they got going on. They like to watch the seasons and figure out when the Lord is going to bring this judgment on them. But even then, that's not going to save them. So the best thing to do, the wisest thing to do is turn to the Lord now while there's still time. And this is talking from the greatest in this nation to the least. No matter what you are, if you're an Edomite, there is hope. Like I said, Job was an Edomite. He was a righteous man. He wasn't like the rest of his wicked brethren. But it's got to be done the right way. So that's it for this video. And then the next one, I want to go over Jeremiah chapters 49, 50, and 51. So until then, shalom. Be blessed.